Q106.7 weather.
Here's your KQNK forecast. Mainly clear skies today with a high of 79. Winds out of the south 10 to 15 miles per hour. Mainly clear skies tonight. Lows level off around 48. 93 tomorrow. Bright sunshine. Highs around 79 Thursday under mainly sunny skies. 55 Friday. A peek at the extended shows. 65 Saturday, 81 Sunday, and 85 on Monday. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Laura Lockwood. Currently, it's 58 degrees.
This Kansas Information Network update is brought to you by Eaton Roofing and Exteriors.
Hi, I'm Max Dutton. Here are today's headlines from 12 News. One person is in custody accused of making threats against Wichita Mayor Lily Wu. Wichita police say one person was booked into the Sedgwick County Jail facing a charge of criminal threat. Police did not share more information. Filmmakers in Kansas are pushing for the state to create a film tax credit. Kansas is currently one of 12 states without a film tax credit. Supporters say it would incentivize more filmmakers to come here. A man in Kansas City, Missouri, charged after prosecutors say he recorded women inside restroom stalls at Kansas City International Airport. Prosecutors say as many as 65 people might have been recorded in the all-gender bathroom at KCI's Concourse A between January 16th and March 9th. They're asking for others to come forward so they can file more charges in the case. In Wichita, I'm Max Dutton, 12 News.
You're listening to the Kansas Information Network.
I'm the threat that's already inside the house. In the closet, under the bed, in the car. But I don't want your money or your TV. I can't be scared away or negotiated with. I'm patient and quiet. I don't sleep. You can't call the cops on me. You can't even see me. I'm the threat of family fire. And as long as your guns aren't stored securely, I'll be there. Protect your family. Secure all your guns. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
I'm Joanna. Your KQNK News is brought to you by the Norton County Hospital, providing the best care right here at home. The Kansas Department of Wildlife and Parks game wardens assisted in rescuing several stranded hikers along the Elk River hiking trail at Elk City Lake on March 21st, according to social media report from KWP. The hikers were experiencing heat-related illnesses. Officials said the Elk River Trail stretches 16 miles along the Elk River and Elk Lake and is known for its rugged terrain, remote location, and limited cell phone service. These conditions can make it difficult for rescue crews to locate hikers in need, and it often takes more than an hour for responders to reach someone on the trail. Authorities also warned that on warm days, hikers may not be able to carry enough water to safely complete the entire trail. Multiple rescues happen each year due to lack of proper planning. Officials emphasize that the Elk River Trail is not a typical nature trail and does not offer easy exit points, urging hikers to plan carefully before attempting the route. The Kansas Department of Transportation expresses its appreciation for employees celebrating state service anniversaries in April. KDOT is proud to acknowledge them for the long-term dedication they provided to the state of Kansas. Employees and their hometowns include celebrating 10 years, Christine Worth, the administrative specialist out of Hayes. According to the unofficial minutes, Chairman Thompson called the meeting of the Norton County Board of Commissioners to order on February 23rd in the Commission Room. In attendance, Chairman Richard Thompson, Commissioner Garrett Beidler, Commissioner Marvin Matchett, County Clerk Craig Renner, County Attorney Abigail Horn, and Road and Bridge Supervisor Ernie Sheets. Weekly correspondence, fund balances, and minutes were distributed to the commissioners. Ernie gave his report on his department's needs. The engineers that drill core samples have been contacted. Ernie reported on his department's need to fill a road grader position as Carla Richards turned in her resignation. The tarps on the gravel trailer are going to need replaced. He suggested getting 2 this year and 2 next year. One of the air cylinders on a gravel trailer needs replaced. He suggested that we order 2 and have a spare on hand. The cost to replace them is $2,600 apiece. Commissioner Beidler moved to purchase 2 air cylinders at a cost of $5,200 to be taken from the Road and Bridge Operating Fund. Commissioner Matchett seconded the motion. It carried 3-0. Commissioner Beidler moved to go into executive session to discuss non-elected personnel with Commissioner Matchett. Commissioner Beidler, Commissioner Thompson, Clerk Renner, and Road and Bridge Supervisor Ernie Sheets were present. Commissioner Matchett seconded the motion. It carried 3-0. The commission came out of the executive session. Ernie informed the commission that he was giving his 2 weeks' notice to resign his position. Commissioner Beidler moved to approve the March 16th minutes. Commissioner Matchett seconded the motion. It carried 3-0. Carl and Janelle Conkey joined the meeting to report that Road Z has not been fixed and that they desired to have Commissioner Beidler meet with them on location. The commissioner agreed to the request. Matthew Woodyard joined the meeting to report to the commissioners that he is providing life coaching to area businesses. He discussed his services and explained how he's paid for those services. Norton Economic Development Director Dallas Goslin joined the meeting to inform the commission that he and Clerk Renner have been reviewing the Norton County Revolving Loan Fund. No funds have been lent in the past couple of years, and they brainstormed and came up with the idea to introduce a facade improvement loan. The idea is to lend money to business owners to make improvements to their storefronts. The goal is to divide $75,000 of funds into 6 different loans of up to $12,500 amortized over 72 months or less, with a maximum payment of $200 per month, and file the best lien possible. This is not the only purpose that would be allowed, but it would be the focus of the program. The commissioners gave their blessing to the idea. Dallas said he would continue to collaborate with Clerk Renner on a short application and get the program rolled out. Commissioner Matchett moved to adjourn the meeting, and with no further business, Chairman Thompson adjourned the meeting. This concludes the unofficial minutes from the Norton County Commissioners meeting held on March 23rd. I'll be back with more news after this.
Join our stellar team at Norton County Hospital. Looking for a workplace where compassion meets career growth? Look no further. If you're ready to embark on a fulfilling journey surrounded by supportive colleagues and opportunities for personal and professional development, we want you to be part of our family. Explore exciting career offerings and our comprehensive range of benefits, including capers, on the Career tab at ntcohosp.com.
According to the unofficial minutes, the Norton City Council met in regular session Wednesday, March 18th, with Mayor Dale Jacobson presiding. Council members present were Andrew Black, Craig Everly, Gerald Jones, Dale Engelbert, Jason Jones, and Jim Miller. Others were present to observe or discuss business with the City Council. Motion was made by Andrew Black, seconded by Jim Miller to approve the March 4th City Council meeting minutes. Motion carried 6-0. Motion was made by Dale Engelbert and seconded by Gerald Jones to approve the March 12th special City Council meeting minutes. Motion carried 6-0. The following building permits were presented: USD 211, Eric Sidman, and Mason Green. Don Rivera with the Western Kansas Child Advocacy Center reported on the services they provided in 2025. In Norton, within the last 12 months, they provided 14 forensic interviews, provided advocacy 110 times for 23 children and families for support and referrals, provided 23 therapy sessions for 2 children, 4 medical exams were conducted, and they attended court 5 times. A total of 138 services for 43 children. A motion was made by Andrew Black, seconded by Gerald Jones, to approve a donation of $4,000 to the Western Kansas Child Advocacy Center. Motion carried 6-0. Economic Development Director Dallas Goslin reported on several different opportunities he's working on and exploring. The following old business items were addressed. Code Inspector Jeff Wolf reported he would like to give an additional 2 weeks for 709 North 1st and 803 North 1st and review the status at the next council meeting. Jeff stated crews will potentially be cleaning up 315 West Taft later in the week. Jason stated Logan notified him that the handicap parking light at Travis Field was complete and operational, so it can be removed from old business. Jeff reported he's still working on the Retire the Ride list. Mayor Jacobson thanked and congratulated the firefighters on doing a great job handling the fire south of town over the past weekend. He also thanked all the council and staff for their time and hard work with all the committee meetings and additional projects that have been taking place. Police Chief Mitch Lowry gave a chamber report. Gerald Jones scheduled a public safety meeting for March 24th. Jason Jones reported that the ad hoc committee met to discuss the governing body's use of personal devices to conduct city business and the options available. Gerald stated, through the discussion, it has become clear that amongst council and mayor there are different views. One position is that it should be looked at for the 2027 budget, but there are some that feel it's a more imminent concern and shouldn't wait that long. Gerald stated he is greatly concerned about the increased liability exposure that they face as government officials if this practice continues when conducting city business. Gerald provided information on the state statutes tied to government officials as it relates to the Kansas Open Records Act. He stated courts can impose a civil penalty of up to $500 per violation against any member of a public body who knowingly violates the open government laws. Gerald stated, in his opinion, there's no reason a member of the governing body should have to sacrifice their personal privacy or be involved in legal proceedings and subjected to fines. He recalled having heard the use of the personal emails and devices was not the best practice, but had no idea the legal world frowned upon it so negatively. Now, being aware and failing to correct it, in his opinion, constitutes some level of negligence. He stated for him, this is not an issue that needs to be addressed in the 2027 budget. It's an issue that needs to be dealt with now. A motion was made by Gerald Jones, seconded by Dale Engelbert, to accept the proposal for the purchase of 7 iPads for $3,745, which includes the necessary software and setup fees, as well as the $1,260 annual management fees as presented by the city's IT consultant, in order that the council and mayor may conduct official city business on city-owned devices and utilize city email addresses when engaged in their official governmental duties. Andrew stated for those of the council that have full-time jobs, they won't be able to check, view, or respond to any emails received until the end of the day when they are connected to Wi-Fi and available to check it. Andrew stated in the recent Finance Committee meeting they were notified of some costly repairs needed on vehicles within several departments. In addition, the code inspector had to budget for an iPad that he utilizes every day. Andrew stated he doesn't feel it's fair to the departments to have to budget every year their needs and wants, but then for council to blatantly spend money on tablets. Dale stated the liability part of it scares him. Andrew stated he isn't saying no to tablets, but that it needs to be budgeted for 2027. Vote was taken as follows: Craig, no; Jim, no; Jason, yes; Gerald, yes; Dale, yes; Andrew, no. The motion carried, with Mayor Jacobson voting yes and breaking the tie. A motion was made by Jason Jones, seconded by Gerald Jones, to waive the second formal reading of ordinance number 1783, an ordinance amending Chapter 1, Article 2, Sections 9 pertaining to rules and order of business. Motion carried 6-0. Jason Jones reminded everyone of the Personnel Committee meeting on March 26th. Jim Miller reported the February bill for power from Prairie Land was $108,672.58. The Western Area Power Administration bill was $9,678, and the Southwestern Power Association bill was $2,369. Dale Engelbert rescheduled the Sales Tax Ad Hoc Committee meeting for March 23rd. Dale reported the Finance Committee met and discussed the first quarter finances, including the current budget, goals, and future needs. Craig Everly scheduled a Parks Committee meeting on March 19th. A motion was made by Andrew Black, seconded by Jason Jones, to renew the Emergent Plus plan through Mesa Medical Transport Solutions for the mayor, council, and all full-time employees who are eligible for health insurance. Motion carried 6-0. A motion was made by Jason Jones, seconded by Andrew Black, for the mayor, council, city attorney, police chief, and city clerk to enter executive session to discuss non-elected personnel. Motion carried 6-0. A motion was made by Gerald Jones, seconded by Jim Miller, for the mayor, council, city attorney, police chief, and city clerk to enter executive session. Motion carried 6-0. After 2 consecutive session discussions, the council resumed regular session meeting status. A motion was made by Andrew Black, seconded by Dale Engelbert, to approve appropriating ordinance number 6 as a whole. Motion carried 6-0. Motion was made by Andrew Black and seconded by Gerald Jones to adjourn. Motion carried 6-0. I'm Joanna. Your KQNK News was brought to you by the Norton County Hospital. You can call the Norton County Hospital at 785-877-3351 for all your health care needs.
Kansas Agriculture Network News. Good day, everyone. I'm Greg Akagi. The Agriculture Secretary was among those Monday touring the largest wildfire complex in modern Nebraska history and explaining various USDA methods in response and recovery. Rod Bain has the details.
An overhead view of damage caused by Nebraska's largest wildfire in modern history.
You can't really absorb just how devastating and how massive it is until you've seen it from the air like we just did.
Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins, joined by USDA, Nebraska congressional, and state officials on an aerial tour Monday of the Morrill Fire Complex, one of several wildfire events in the Cornhusker State this past 2 weeks. Audio courtesy of Brownfield Ag Network. The Secretary explained USDA's role in response and recovery efforts, including
through the U.S. Forest Service, USDA has aggressively mobilized firefighters, interagency incident management teams, and aviation resources to support state and local efforts,
working with state and local firefighter teams. In addition, USDA's Farm Production and Conservation Mission Area provides both standing disaster assistance for impacted producers and conservation management post-wildfire events. I'm Rod Bain reporting, Washington, D.C.
Among those who were a part of the party that toured with Secretary Rollins included Nebraska Senator Deb Fischer. In her statement that she made Monday afternoon, that Secretary Rollins saw firsthand the scale of these wildfires and the devastation that they brought to farmers and ranchers across Nebraska. She also said, most importantly, she witnessed how our first responders and volunteers stepped up, working toward and around the clock to keep our community safe, and she's thankful for Secretary Rollins' leadership in meeting the challenges head on and working closely with USDA and Nebraska Governor Pillen to make those sure are impacted get the assistance they need. This is the Kansas Ag Network.
I'm the threat that's already inside the house. In the closet, under the bed, in the car. But I don't want your money or your TV. I can't be scared away or negotiated with. I'm patient and quiet. I don't sleep. You can't call the cops on me. You can't even see me. I'm the threat of family fire. And as long as your guns aren't stored securely, I'll be there. Protect your family. Secure all your guns. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
Kansas Agriculture Network weather.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki on the Kansas Agriculture Network. Well, it looks like we can expect to see a hot one for the entire state this afternoon. The entire state is expecting to see temperatures well above average for this time of the year. We should be right around about 60 degrees to the mid-60s. However, it looks like the eastern portions of the state are expecting to be in the 70s. The western portions a little bit warmer into the 80s. At the surface right now, it looks like there is a warm front that's beginning to push through from the western portions of the state, and then also a stationary front off to the north of us, so we are on the warmer side of that. So that combination keeping these warmer 70-degree temperatures for the east and some warmer temperatures coming in for the west. It also looks like we can expect to see mostly sunny skies across most of the state here this afternoon, more of a mixture of clouds and sun for the extreme northwestern and northeastern portions. Then as we get to tonight, we'll expect to see overnight lows dropping into the 50s, primarily for the eastern portions, upper 40s expected for the western parts, with partly cloudy skies through the overnight. Once we get to Wednesday, that warm front pushing through the western parts of the state will fully push through. We're looking at mostly sunny skies across the day tomorrow, and it looks like we can expect to see temperatures getting in the 90s across the entire state, with the exception of some portions of the southeastern parts of Kansas lingering in the upper 80s, so essentially fairly close to that. Once again, that's going to be about 30 degrees above average for this time of the year. Then by Thursday, looks like we'll still see temperatures in the 90s for most, but a cold front begins to push through for the northwestern portions of the state, dropping into the mid-70s, overall still above average for this time of the year. And along with that, also expecting to see mostly sunny skies across most of the state, some cloud cover in the northeast. This is the Kansas Ag Network.
You served behind the desk. You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.